He's holding them at bay, and Ming Dynasty's going to win the cup again. Mannerism starting to pick it back. Leander Cross, Mannerism down to the post. Leander Cross, Mannerism.
Might and Power has gapped them in the Caulfield Cup. What a win. He's won it by 7 lengths.
Northerly in front. Feels as though not trying hard. Northerly
Swallows him up. Did it in the Melbourne Cup winner. Cup back to win the Caulfield Cup.
with all class. Very elegant and in front. And the bear won it.
The great memories of a Caulfield Cup, aren't they? The 147th running today. Royal Randwick. We were at the top of the mountain last week, and an intriguing program there. So the 5 Diamonds Prelude and the $5 million Caulfield Cup. It is one of the great trophies in Australian sport. Everybody wants to get their hands on it. And back a winner of the Caulfield Cup. It's a badge of honour as people dash in here. We're going to get a very big crowd. The weather's just ideal at the moment, and I couldn't think of a better place to be on a Saturday afternoon with the Katie McDonald at the Heath on Caulfield Cup Day. Welcome, Katie.
Oh, thanks, Bruce. It's so good to be here. It's one of my favourite days, Caulfield Cup Day, and what a day we have in store for you. Looking at the menu, of course, the $5 million Caulfield Cup, we're going to see Gold Trip and Sulcombe Without a Fight, the Group 2 1,000 Guineas Prelude, Caulfield Sprint, the Tristarc and the Ethereal, where we're going to see a really handy horse from Sydney come down called Tropical Squall. So I'm looking forward to that.
So how did you go, Katie? Picking up the 3 for you, it wouldn't have been easy.
No, it's not easy, but I have found a horse called Don Corleone, who he hasn't seen listed grade. He's going around in the Gothic Stakes, and it's the easiest assignment that he's had in a long while. I think he'll be hard to beat. Gold Trip, of course, the horse that blew them away in the Turnbull Stakes. He's going to be really, really hard to beat in the Caulfield Cup, but his usual jockey has jumped off him and he's riding Without a Fight, and he is going to be really, really super hard to beat, I think, because, of course, he had such a good Queensland Carnival winning the Q22 up there.
They're 2 of the major players, aren't they, in the Cup, and Don Corleone hard to beat. And let's welcome in Jason Richardson for the first time today. Richo, what have you got for us track-wise?
Oh, Bruce, welcome to Caulfield Cup Day, and we've had a really warm week in Melbourne, so a lot of irrigation put on this track. Check it out. So here I am down towards the rail, and what you will notice here, it is really, really lush. And I expect early on in the day that there will be some runners staying towards the rail, but then starting to come out. I went and walked the track all the way up to the 800-metre mark, and it is pretty lush up on the rail, up on the corner. And then throughout the day, they'll start to come out to this spot. Why? Well, it is compact. There's a plenty of, you can see, marking from where the rail was on Wednesday, and I think they will dry out. Now, that's the Durston spot. That's the Very Elegant versus Anthony Van Dyke spot. 28 mils of irrigation put on this track. It's come up perfectly. Gold Triple run. We're set for a ripper. It's Cup Day.
Gee, what great insight from Richo there with that track.
He's getting to be a good track worker.
And he walked 800 metres. No Westall Gift runners has ever done that before. No. Anyway, he did it. Let's go off to Royal Randwick. Plenty of money again today as we welcome in Lizzie and Emma Freeman. You've got a good one, Speedy.
Oh, we sure do, Bruce. As you mentioned, lots of money up for grabs at Randwick here today, including the $1 million 5 Diamonds Prelude. But, Lizzie, the mouth-watering offers that we have in terms of the card, we're supported by some pretty handy racing.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've got, as you mentioned, the $1 million 5 Diamonds Prelude. We've then got the Big Dance Wild Card, which gets you into the Big Dance in a few weeks' time. The Folonte Handicap, where we see Knight's Choice, Unspoken, Wild Planet. We've got the Benchmark 88 there, but it is of interest because we've got Marquez, who has been racing really consistently, and the Kirkham Plate is for the 2-year-olds. It's a really important race, especially heading towards the $1 million Golden Gift. There's 3 horses I've had to pick out today. It wasn't as easy as last week, but I've kicked things off with this filly, Commemorative. Gee, she did a great job when she resumed at Canterbury. I'm looking forward to seeing her today. Democracy Manifest, well, he's in the 5 Diamonds Prelude. He comes out of the Epsom, and he looks as though he's ready to win. And another horse that looks as though they're ready to win is Spangler, who runs in the Big Dance Wildcard. He was able to win the Provincial Championships last preparation, and he's back to try and make amends today.
One of the best rides I saw on board Spangler in the Provincial Midway Championships. And in terms of Commemorative, she is a big girl, and there is a big watch on her. Also a big watch on Dan McPherson, who joined our team last week, and he's caught up with a familiar face.
Matty Hill, one of the biggest and best race days on the calendar. You must get excited for days like this.
Oh, it's fantastic. 50-50 nerves and excitement. We go to the races day in, day out. We just can't wait for days like this. So you've got to enjoy it while we've got it.
How much prep goes into a day like Caulfield Cup Day?
Oh, plenty of hours of form and doing the colours, but I think those colours are well and truly entrenched in the back of the scone. So looking forward to a great day.
Now, tell me about the racing today. What's catching your eye?
Well, I think the Caulfield Cup's obviously the great race, but I reckon the Ned's Classic, race 2, the old Norman Robinson's the most interesting race away from the Caulfield Cup. It's a race where favourites over the years haven't been that proficient in it, and Riff Rocket was outstanding at Flemington. So today's an interesting turning point for Riff Rocket. Is he too brilliant for a derby, or will he be dour today? We'll find out, but I think he'll win.
And tip for the Cup?
I think without a fight, and the best roughie in it is Hu Yamal.
Now, thank you very much for letting me up in your little commentary box. I know you can't do it without sugar, so this will get you through Caulfield Cup Day, mate.
Caulfield Cup's race 9, I need it. Thank you very much.
True, fantastic. Let's go check in with Kate Waterhouse.
Some gallops at Moonee Valley this morning. We'll talk to Katie about those a little later. But Richo Militarised went out for a spin around. Looked terrific with Stephen Arnold on top. And he's in your black book, of course. He's WS Cox Plate bound.
Here's an element of So You Think about him. I thought he ran really well in the Caulfield Guineas. He'll go towards the Cox Plate with a live chance. I've got a couple of other black bookers running today for their grand finals. I had Without a Fight as my top selection until we heard that vet concern showing signs of lameness, being cleared, fit to run. I'm concerned about that though, so I flipped. Solcombe will run really, really well. Both expected to come straight to the fore today.
They're both heavily in the market, aren't they, Richo? They're in the top 4 of betting as the hoops arrive. And there's James. He can do something very special today by winning a 4th major. He's already got that Everest. Damien Lane's been in quite brilliant form. That connection with the Japanese has been quite lethal, hasn't it? Remember, Murder Glass into Leash Cruchot. Ollie arriving in force. So, yeah, disappointing for all of us that Ollie's not riding in the Cup, but he's here. He's got enough rides to keep us busy. Who have you put the... Well, I can see who you've put the star next to, mate.
Well, I think Breakup's a huge chance today. Vivian will be a short prize favourite. General Bow.
When she was a filly, they reckon she's the best looking filly they'd ever seen. Hence the name Vegas Showgirl. And she's been a super, super broodmare. They're the Roger colours, aren't they? That's one of her wins in Queensland. So it's
All right, then Luncey's, but mine about the only, boys and girls, because Without a Fight is awesome. He's down, won the Q22 and won it brilliantly from nonconformist Dewis and Luncey's. Then came Wet Ore, followed by, at the head of the others' fame, Banker's Choice Numerian. Then came Serpentine. No compromise.
It's a lot more relaxed. You have a bit more fun with your outfits, and yeah, everyone's just having a really great time.
Talk us through this sensational outfit. You look amazing. Tell us a little bit about the inspiration behind it.
So it's fantastic.
Charge onto the derby.
Definitely. Don't you love it when you get a live derby chance?
Good luck.
Thank you.
She got the bit between her mouth, hasn't she? Nat, she's really can't wait. And what a clash it'll be with these two in the derby, with others as well, because Riff Rocket, I don't think, has lost any admirers from his run today. They just outclassed the others. Gold Bullion was the disappointment in the end, wasn't he? He dropped out. Let's catch up with Kate Waterhouse again.
I'm here with Rebecca Harding. Beck, you are the 2023 Caulfield Cup Carnival Ambassador. Tell us a little bit about your role and what do you love most about the Caulfield Cup?
Well, yeah, this year's Caulfield Cup Ambassador, which is really nice. It's been a busy week, actually. There was lots of photo shoots. I was in Port Phillip Bay at 6 a.m. the other morning with some of your mum's horses. Lots of media. I was here last Saturday and, yeah, back again today. Caulfield Cup is such a fun week. It's a lot more relaxed. You have a bit more fun with your outfits, and yeah, everyone's just having a really great time.
Talk us through this sensational outfit. You look amazing. Tell us a little bit about the inspiration behind it.
Thank you. It was styled by my good friend, or our good friend, Jess Peck. It is all Ferragamo. It's a runway look, so it's actually a headscarf and a dress. It's proving to be a little bit difficult in the wind, but it's really fun to wear.
Well, do you have any top tips for staying comfortable at the track?
I think wearing shoes that you've worn before. I know everyone says that, but yeah, you don't want to be hobbling home at the end of the day because you've chosen to wear new, uncomfortable shoes.
The shoes have got to stay on, right?
Yeah, always, always.
Well, enjoy your day at the track.
Thanks, Kate.
So the higher rated horses get into the big dance and the lower rated horses get into the little dance.
That's
So
right.
It makes sense. There's an opportunity for everybody there today. Our viewers in WA, if you'd like to continue watching all of the great racing action from Caulfield and Royal Randwick, switch now to 7. Big welcome to our WA viewers joining us for the first time today. That is a beautiful scenic shot of Royal Randwick, but also on offer today is a big trophy at Caulfield in Victoria, the Caulfield Cup over the 2,400 metres, and it has been won by some absolute stars in the past. Very Elegant won one before. She went on to win a Melbourne Cup. And of course, Incentivise as well, an absolute star we didn't get to see all that too much of before he was retired. Bruce has many favourite Caulfield Cups, but we've asked him to pick his fave.
1966. It's a long time ago, but I'm thinking about the Caulfield Cup. It's near and dear to my heart. Earlier that year, my father took me to the races of Victoria Park and I was 12 years of age, and he told me, son, you've just seen the Caulfield Melbourne Cup winner. He'd won the birthday cup. I got very excited. Galilee went to Sydney and ran in the Epsom, and he ran second behind Chantal, a champion New Zealand mare. He came to Caulfield and he won the Toorak. He came from last on the home turn. Phenomenal. And yet he was a $15 chance in the Caulfield Cup because Tobin Bronze, the other great South Australian, was an odds-on favourite. But what Galilee did that day was the stuff of legends.
Johnny Miller gains his biggest win riding Galilee to take out the Caulfield Cup.
And then he went on to win the Melbourne Cup and the Sydney Cup. The only horse to win all three in the same season, and Galilee in 1966 was the first of Bart Cummings' record 7 Caulfield Cup winners.
There's something magical about this place. So much history. You can almost feel it. For almost a century and a half, it's been home to a legendary race that's had so many great moments. And I should know, my pop Mick Million won this iconic trophy 3 times. And I grew up hearing all these wonderful stories about this mythical race, the Caulfield Cup. Like the day Pop led all the way on Bunratty Castle to win his first.
Gay Icarus nodding his head, they're racing.
He used to tell me he could talk to Gay Icarus and the horse would listen. He was so happy after he won the 1971 Cup that he got suspended for waving to Nan as he crossed the line.
Oh, Gay Icarus, the greatest horse in Australia, maybe the world, charging away.
And I loved hearing about his 1974 win on Leilani. The champ he called a Bonza mare.
But it's Leilani's Caulfield Cup. The Bonnie mare is going to win by 4 lengths.
This old grandstand's probably had the best view of all. Here to see all of the great champions. Like Tulloch, who romped home in 1957 in front of a crowd of 73,000 people.
One of Warriors' burst of speed, Tulloch quickly established with a winning margin.
As a young girl, I was lucky to see Might and Power lead all the way. How could you not love that bravery?
What a win, he's won it by 7 lengths.
This is where it all starts. 2,400 metres in front of a massive crowd.
They're off.
I was so proud to follow in my pop's footsteps and ride in this iconic race.
So they run to the home turn in the cup now.
It gave me a great view the year Nick Hall won on Jamaica after he'd wasted all week.
Well, it's Jamaica clear with 100 metres to go. She's going to romp it and she's coming away. The favourite all too good.
And in recent times, raiders like Dunedin, Admire Rakti and Murderglass have made it truly international.
Murderglass, it's the Japanese again.
Today, we eagerly await the latest renewal of this great race as more history is about to be made. It's the Caulfield Cup, a race I hold close to my heart. I just love it.
He's hit the ground running, Tommy, hasn't he? So break up today, so the Japanese fans out here, of course, we know how much they love their racing. Do yourself a favour one day and go to a Japan Cup. It is something different. Hey, we've let Richo loose in the jockeys room here at Caulfield. He's caught up with a champion.
8 jockeys in history have won the Grand Slam. James McDonald with a chance to make it 9 if he can win a Caulfield Cup. What are your thoughts on Francesco?
Yeah, well, he's going really well. He's contested in 3 Group 1s this prep. And he's, well, apart from the last one where he could have probably done a tad more late in the piece, but in saying that, the reports were he did blow up a bit late, so we expect him to improve. Out to 2400 will suit him really well, so a bit of an awkward gate, so we don't know where we'll get to, but if he gets an economical trip in transit, I'm sure he'll be round the mark.
Yeah. When you arrive in the Melbourne jockeys room, the boys are glad to see you, or they're like, oh, don't come and steal our prize money?
No, they're all pretty good. They just go with the flow, I think.
Yeah. I've always wondered, though, what hand are you, a right-hander?
Yeah, right, yep.
OK, so do you actually like riding the Melbourne way of going? Is that easier for you?
Yes, it is good because, especially like this track, and a lot of my rides are from Sydney, so they find the track quite tricky to... I know it doesn't look like a big, small, tight track, but it's Sydney horses always seem to have a bit of trouble, like my last 2 have, and carrying it on the right just helps them guide around. Whether it has any bearing on it, I don't know, but it hasn't helped me today.
Well, I just would have thought, you know, as a jockey, if you are right-handed, obviously using the whip in this hand actually feels more comfortable.
It does, for sure, and you're always out accelerating off a bend, so when you are at full tilt, you don't want to be running left, wasting ground.
I'm constantly learning things from you, brother. Good luck today.
Thanks, mate.
Really interesting stuff there, Richo. And so, Katie, James has to get down to ride today. So, how tough's it been for him this week?
Yeah, this week he's been doing a lot of training at the gym, and I'm actually surprised at how easily he got down to the weight. I actually think he probably could have ridden a little bit lighter. I don't think he realised how easy it was going to be. So, look, he did it without having to go into a bath or a steam room, and he got down to 53.5, I think, this morning. So he's absolutely flying and ready to rock today.
He looked so healthy when he was talking to you, Richo, didn't he? I mean, he wasn't drawn. So if he wins today, Richo, this is big stuff, isn't it, in the history of jockeys in this country?
And we talk about the Grand Slam, and that is the 4 big majors. You think about the Melbourne Cup, the Caulfield Cup, the Cox Plate, and the Golden Slipper, and now we're adding in the Everest moving forward for the Golden Grand Slam. But for the Grand Slam, James McDonald needs a Caulfield Cup, and then he joins an unbelievable group of jockeys who have been talented enough to win them all. I mean, Damien Oliver, in amongst all of that, has won 10 majors. He holds the lead.
So that's what J-Mac's going for today. And for the female jockeys, it's historic. We've got 4 in a Group 1 race in Melbourne. We've never had that before, let alone a Caulfield Cup, Caitlin. Yeah. But you rode it twice. Look at that, you gorgeous little girl. And they're
a few kilos ago, Bruce.
they're the 7, Katie, that with you that have ridden the Cup before today.
Yeah, and there's only ever been 2 of us, and that was Kathy and I back in 2017. So 4 today. So with the emergency getting a run, we'll see Carleen Heffel get a ride in the race. There's Winona Costin. She will be riding Beau Dajon. Jamie Carr, Valiant King, I think she's having her 3rd ride in the race. And Linda Meach, who's actually had 1 ride in the race before and ran 3rd. She's riding Goldman. So, yeah, a big day, big opportunity for the girls.
At that 2,400 metres to find out.